One of your options that you have for the Photoshop portion of your final project is to work on a Coca-Cola advertisement. Here's an example, and this is available on my website. It's kind of what it might look like when you get done with it. Let's hop over to my website for a minute here. Go to Project Guides and to the Computer Graphics section, Final Project, information for the final project, and here are the requirements for this one. Alright, you have to start from scratch with an 800 by 600 document. Fill or put a gradient on the background. You have to use the image of the ice. It's located on Drive L. You have to use all the images of the Coke products. Those are located on Drive L. You have to include this text. Imagine that you're making an advertisement. You're going to say all 20-ounce Coke products, $1. So those are the required elements of this. Let's go back over to Photoshop. And again, this is one that's already done. Might kind of look like this when you're finished. Let me give you a few tips. When you start, click File and New. Use the Web preset and use 800 by 600 for the size. First thing you need to do is fill this up with something. You can use a gradient or you can fill it with whatever you would like. I'm going to use a variation of this gradient. Make it kind of purple and black. Drag it right up this way. Good enough. The next thing that I'm going to do is get some ice to put on here. I'll click File and click Open. Now, if you go to Drive letter L, look inside the folder for your class period. Look inside the assignments, final projects, Photoshop, and Coca-Cola. Here's the image of the ice. The other 4 products are right here. Open up the image of the ice. I'm going to go ahead and select all of this, copy it, bring it over here to my background, and paste it. It's too big for my liking. So I'm going to use the Control-T transform. Here's the next thing I'm going to do. I'm going to add a layer mask, get a paintbrush. I'm going to paint away right along the edge of the ice. I want my gradient background to show up. Also experiment with some blend modes or opacities and see if you like that result any better. But I'm just going to paint away so I kind of have the ice like that. Next thing I'll do is open up one of the products. I'll start with Coke Zero. They're on a white background, so let's use the magic wand tool to select the white background. If you don't get the selection you like, come up here and adjust the tolerance. I had my tolerance set to 10. Once the selection's made, invert it. Control-Shift-I or select inverse. Now let's copy that, bring it over here and paste it. Obviously didn't get what I wanted there. Copy, paste. Transform that as desired. Put it wherever you want. Now I would continue that process until I have all of the products in there. Use that magic wand, copy, paste, get them all over there until I have them all lined up. Here's a trick I like. I'm going to take this ice layer, do Control-J to duplicate it, drag the ice layer on top of that Coke Zero layer, use my Move tool, kind of rearrange these ice layers a little bit. I'm going to transform them and adjust them as desired so that they don't match up exactly if you don't want them to. That allows me to kind of tuck that Coke Zero down inside the ice a little bit. I could also mask out. I could take my paintbrush here and mask out a little more of that ice if I want to. Now the only thing remaining here is the text. Now remember, you would have to put all of the Coke products in there, but I also need some text. It says all Coke. Let's make that say all 20-ounce Coke products, $1. Size that. Just transform it. Then you can go to work. Things like colors, fonts. And you could certainly dress that up a little bit. Maybe throw on a little outer glow, stroke, maybe a little bevel emboss. With a little work, you'll wind up with something that looks sort of like this. Use the ice, all 4 of the Coke products, you have the text on, I have a background, it's got everything I want. When you're done with that, you would save it on your network drive. If you look back here at the requirements, you can just call it Final Photoshop Coke, and you can turn it in on My Big Campus for your Photoshop option.